Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I'm on my second to the last day of my Western Caribbean cruise. And for reference, today that I'm making this video is September 2nd. You'll be watching this much later, but I wanted to let you know just what day it is. And today, this ship is docked at Cozumel, Mexico. And I'm kind of bummed out because my tour I was going to take around the island of Cozumel has been canceled. And that's because it's raining so hard here. It comes on and off. It's settled down now so that I can do this video. But when I went to load the bus on the tour, it was raining really hard, and it calmed down, and then it started raining really hard again. And the tour director said that it was going to be raining hard on and off all day long, so he offered to let us cancel the tour. And so many people said yes, I want to cancel, that it caused the tour to have so few people actually still wanting to go on it that they couldn't do a bus tour with so few people, so the whole tour was canceled. It was going to go to some Mayan ruins here on the island, and then a few other interesting things around town they were going to show us. And it was too late to try and book a different tour, but still, it's going to be raining all the day in Cozumel. So I just came back on ship, canceled that, and it's going to somewhat be like a day at sea. Now tomorrow is going to be all day at sea, going back to Galveston for the last day, and then take off from there. So first, let me show you a few sights around Cozumel, looking off from the top deck of the ship. And then I got some other things to talk to you about cruising. I'm going to summarize how this cruise went and give you a few tips that you may not have heard on other YouTube videos. There's a lot of videos out there about cruising tips. I'm going to give you a few that I think they have not mentioned. So let me give you an overall view around Cozumel. Here are the people walking to and from the ship. And there's another Carnival ship here, which is the Carnival Horizon, it's called. I'm surprised they got two Carnival ships docked at the same port on the same day. Now, an interesting thing about Cozumel regarding cruise ships, I don't think you're allowed to pass by Cozumel without stopping. I've looked at several Western Caribbean cruises, and every single one stops at Cozumel. You just can't get away from here on a Western Caribbean cruise. Now, walking over here to the end, there are all sorts of shops there to buy all sorts of things. I'm not much of a shopper. Pretty much not a shopper at all. All these trinkets and things I just don't buy, and some of the larger items that I would like, I'm not going to have room on my motorhome for much of anything. So I just don't do this shopping business. Now off to the right here, you can see that it is just a very thick forest. You can't see anything but the tops of the trees. This is the back of the ship. Not many people in the pools yet this morning. And here's more of the foresty land. And then off to the right here, let's see what this is. That's probably a hotel. But I don't know. I was looking to see if there was a beach. Doesn't look like much of a beach there. But there's not much more I can show you of Cozumel from here. Back over on this side, there is a Margaritaville. One big building behind it. Going down to the left here, let's see how far I can see. Oh, that, wow, look at all those big buildings there. I bet those are hotels. They probably got some nice beaches somewhere around there. So taking off from Galveston, we had 2 full days at sea, getting to the first stop at Roatan, Honduras. And I had a good experience there. There was a little bit of rain, but not enough to really affect the tour that I went on, which was a minibus going around the island to show us the top 10 things to see there. And then the next day we stopped at Belize, and at Belize the tour I did was going over to the Mayan ruins. It was a long drive getting across the country of Belize to where they were, but I really enjoyed it. It was a nice day, sunny day, got some good views of the Mayan ruins there, which is a huge place. So we had 3 ports, 3 days in a row, and 3 days at sea, with the last day at sea being tomorrow. So other than what happened today, this cruise has been a nice week-long cruise, seeing those 3 ports. Now, if you have not been on one of these big ship cruises before, or maybe you've only been on one and it's been a long time ago, then before you go, I would suggest that you watch some YouTube videos about cruising. And there's quite a few of them, and they will give you some tips that you need to know about coming on cruises. I've watched some of those myself, and I have some tips of my own that I don't think I have heard mentioned in those other YouTube videos. And one of the big things is about the electronics around the ship, and especially in your room. Most of these big cruise ships, nearly all of them, I think, are built in Europe. And they build them with all of the electronics based on a 240 volt European style system. So when you see electric outlets throughout the ship, if any, they're hard to find, they're probably going to be the European style 240 volt outlets. So if you're going to need an outlet here or there, then bring with you an adapter that adapts the 240 volt type plug to a 120 volt American type plug. And there's 2 types of those. One is in a recessed outlet because the prongs stick out and it's recessed. So some of the adapters will be recessed to where you're plugging them into a hole in the wall. Then there are some that are more similar to an American style outlet, which is pretty much flush with the wall. So when you get an adapter, you might want to get 2 of them. One where it's easy to plug in, it looks simple, and then another one that has the recessed type plugs. And in your own stateroom as well, you're going to find these 240 volt outlets that are used for lamps and other things like that inside your room. So it's good to have adapters so you can use those. Now your stateroom will have one or two 120 volt American style outlets, but not likely is there going to be one right near the bed. It's going to be, chances are, all the way across the room. And this is especially a problem if you sleep with a CPAP machine. Your CPAP cord is probably not going to reach where that 120 volt outlet is on the other side of the room. Now some ships I've been on do have a 120 electric outlet in the bathroom. Mine that I have here doesn't. There is one 120 volt outlet for the entire room, and that's it. So the point is, you need to bring an extension cord. However, hide your extension cord in your luggage. Just take your whole CPAP cord and the extension cord, and every morning when you wake up, put it in your luggage. And along with the tube that comes out, put that in your luggage, because otherwise the steward, when he comes in to make up your room, he might step on it. And bring extension cords on cruise ships is not allowed. If the room steward finds it, he's probably going to either just confiscate it or report it to management. They have that rule because they think it's a fire hazard. Well, you know if your cord is a fire hazard or not. Use kind of a heavier cord, and if you're used to sleeping where it's cool, if you like it cool or cold while you're sleeping, you might want to bring a table fan. A small, maybe up to 12 inches table fan to put on the bedside table. You're going to need an extension cord for that as well. Because sometimes on these cruise ships, the room is not going to get as cool as you would like. And by the way, I'm saying this as a person who has been on 17 cruises in my whole life. I had my first cruise in 1988, and I really like going on these cruises. That's why I've gone on so many. This is my 17th. And also, on the TV in your room, there will be some movies you can watch, but not a really large selection. And I've been on cruises where you get a full cable TV, satellite TV reception. This one here, it's got like 6 channels on their satellite TV. And only one of those is news. So if you want to come back after your cruise and have no idea what happened in the news that week, you better hope you get a cruise ship with a good news channel. And with that little of a selection on the TV, you might want to bring some other entertainment. Maybe your own movies on your laptop computer. Or a lot of people bring books to read. Also, when I checked in on this cruise, a lot of people were bringing aboard 12 packs of soft drinks. And that's something I've not seen on any of my prior cruises. Because before this, all the cruises I've been on, they don't allow you to bring a bunch of soft drinks. They want you to buy theirs. Well, let's say 12 drinks bought during the week, soft drinks. They're usually like $3 to $4 a piece. A 12 pack could cost you $40, $50. And I didn't know that before I came in to check in. So I didn't have that benefit, and I wish I had known. They will also let you bring 1 or 2 bottles of wine. That varies from one cruise line to another. But if you want to drink it at your table with a meal, they're going to charge you that doggone corkage fee. Even if the cork is already removed, they're still going to charge you a fee to drink wine, your own wine, at your table. So your only other option is to drink it in your stateroom or bring it in cups or glasses or something like that to wherever you're going to be eating or maybe just relaxing around the pool. They don't let you bring any liquor, any hard liquor on board that you can drink while you're on the cruise. You can bring liquor that you buy at the ports, but as you come in to check in at the port, they will confiscate the liquor. Now they just put it in holding and they'll give it back to you at the end of the cruise. If you buy anything like at the ports that's against their rules, they just put it in a holding room for you, and then you come and claim it the day you leave the ship after the cruise ends. And by the way, I also suggest you bring a Yeti mug or whatever your favorite mug is, because as you're getting drinks with your meal, you're just going to have small little, probably plastic cups. And you're going to want to bring your drink with ice back to your room. With a little cup, that's not going to last long. So bring a pretty good size mug, preferably a Yeti mug, which will keep the ice cold all day. I always take mine with me when I go to eat. Well, that's about it for my cruise tips. I wanted this to be a regular video like the ones I've done at the other two ports, but got canceled, so I gotta find something else to do today. There's lots of things to do, many options, but chances are there's only going to be a few things going on that you really want to participate in. And all of the cruise lines, I think, now have all of their information on a cell phone app. So you don't have to carry a piece of paper around with the schedule of the day. On their cell phone app, you can look up the schedule of what's going on throughout the day, where the eating places are and what hours they're open, and you can even check your account to see how much they're charging you for various things right on your cell phone. So I've had that for the last several cruises I went on. Very nice system. Well folks, I gotta apologize for not having a really exciting video today for you from Cozumel, but I hope this video has helped you in some way. Please let me know. Good day, folks.